can I please ask each of you to just give us the 30-second elevator pitch of what you guys do, just if there are some people in the audience who haven't LinkedIn'd yet and who maybe don't know you guys, to just give us like what you guys are up to. Ollie?
Hi guys. So I'm an ex-investment banker turned entrepreneur. It's currently my third venture called Direwolf. So we are a bespoke insurance advisory firm. So you can think of us as investment bankers for insurance. So our clients include high net worth individuals, SMEs, and corporates, and we focus on bespoke structuring solutions, insurance solutions, niche products like cybersecurity. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Epic, thank you. Karina?
Hi everyone, I'm Karina, and our company is called Blend, and for the last 20 years, I wasn't there for 20 years, but I joined just before COVID, and we were doing event management, something similar to this, but of course COVID threw a little bit of a spanner in the works, and of course then we had to branch out into a more digital element, so we're a digital agency as well as an in-person event management company now. So 3 wonderful years there, and managed to grow from a team of 10 people during COVID to a team of 40. And our sort of clientele include mostly sort of global tech companies that we now create solutions for all over the world. And
Big, thank you. You can give them a clap, guys. These are busy people, so this is precious time. Emma?
So I think I've met a lot of you tonight, but hello to those I don't know. Dapper is a brand studio where we work with founders and entrepreneurs and anyone who really wants to take their own brand to the next level. We don't work with influencers. That's often the first question I get asked. It's real humans with real stories. It's about being authentic, and it's about showing up and really owning your story. Something I'm passionate about. Very lucky to have Lo as a client. And just work with the most incredible people all around the world. We love Cape Town clients because we get to have wine. But clients all over. So thank you.
Last but not least.
Thank you. My name is Richard. I have been in the education sector my entire career. That's the only thing I've ever done. I came out of university and turned a part-time hobby into a full-time career, and have, through very expensive school fees, have learned how to grow and scale a business. iLearn provides business skills and IT curriculum to mid-sector corporate HR who need to comply with the BEE codes and who are driven to empower their staff to be more productive and better humans. And ex-Joburg. Sorry, not sorry. We'll talk more. Thank you.
Epic, guys. So I think you can see why we asked them specifically to come and speak to us. So of the companies they currently run, Karina and Richard's organizations are in the kind of like 40 to 100 kind of like level stage. And Emma and Arlene's current ventures are on the kind of more 2 to 3 year kind of stage, but it's not their first rodeos. They've built other companies prior to that, as has been alluded to. So a very interesting mix of like kind of early stage businesses and later stage businesses, 10, 20 years for some of you guys. Excited to just hear those different perspectives. And I think something that maybe hasn't been spoken of that much yet tonight is just how hard it is to be a founder of a fast-growing company. And because we are here for the real stuff, I'd love to just ask, maybe I'll ask 1 or 2 of you guys each of the questions to just see that we get through some of them. But just what's the biggest challenge you've ever overcome on your entrepreneurship journey, current venture, maybe preferably? Arlene, can I throw that to you first?
They always say it's really difficult to start a business. And so my first venture, so Tim, my first chairman is actually here, was WeThinkCo. And back then, I don't even think about, I'm starting a business, I was just like, we need to see this in the world. So I was very naive, so I had an excuse then, I didn't know how hard it was. But now, third time around, I'm like, what am I doing? I know it's hard. But I think, there's a lot of complexity. So we actually went to market 2 years ago, so it's very new. But, you know, as a lot of people before us have said, you know, it's very different skills in the beginning. I'll try to.
Luckily, I've got a loud voice. So you have very different, well, that's better. You have very different challenges. So when you're starting out, so even now, we are a team of 12, but I am the CFO, the head of marketing, the CEO. You basically do everything. And we always say you want to work on your business, not in your business. That's what we all strive for. But when you're starting out, you don't have that luxury. You have to do everything. So I was very embarrassed previously, and I've got one of my colleagues here as well. I have my core values, but it's not written down yet, and it's not on the wall, and it's not presented yet to everyone. And you know you need to do all these things, but you also have to get sales in. And yes, cash is king. I completely agree. So now every day you have to decide, am I working on the biggest deal? Am I dealing with my team? Am I motivating them? Am I looking at my numbers and my cash flow? Am I building my dashboard? So that for me is the biggest challenge when you're scaling. You literally have to do all 10 things every day, but you have to prioritize. So I guess the biggest skill then, or the biggest priority is decide what is most important and learn to delegate and have good partners.
Thank you. Beautiful, epic answer. So, yeah, give her a clap, yeah? Karina, your organization is more in the kind of like 20-year-old region now. So like, core challenge for you, like what do you need to overcome at this phase?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, people think 20 years and they think you've got it waxed. But, you know, for 17 years, it was one business. And then came 2019 and it changed into something completely different where there were new rules. So actually, we're a 3-year-old business. And I think... I think the biggest thing for me was very much, just to piggyback on what Arlene was saying, is that I couldn't let it go after juggling all those balls, to trust people around me or that support team to be able to pick up the balls the way in which I would. And, you know, it is my baby, so how do I manage that? And so in that time, having to spend all that cash to see this investment that would ultimately actually grow the business, we spent the most amount of cash in the time that we made no sales. So it was definitely letting go and understanding that certain investments needed to have been made to allow me to focus on what I'm good at. And there are now 39 other people that are really good at the other things that I would have never been the best at. So it really helped that mindset to grow much quicker in a short space of time than if I had held on to everything and still wanted to do the VAT return on the 26th of every month because I want to know what I need to pay. It was like that for a very long time. But it was that realization of what am I really good at and what can I outsource to the rest.
Yeah, give her a clap, guys. Wow. That flows very nicely into my next question, which is, you know, figuring out delegation frameworks, you know, stepping out of the way of some of the people who can do some of the things that you might be able to do faster or better initially, but you can't do everything forever. So like leadership, right? We've had a lot of chats about leadership tonight. So one of the things in the very beginning we said it's a barrier to growth of an organization. So I'd love to ask you guys like leadership advice that you live by. Emma, I'll ask you this first. What would you say that is?
It's such a great question, and I think something I've struggled with is often being the kind of leader in an organization and not having sort of a boss or someone to kind of learn from. So I think a huge thing for me, I'm not answering your question directly, but has been to build a network of peers, mentors, coaches. Being in the EO Accelerator program's been instrumental to my growth. And I think it's just to kind of take one step at a time and not have all the answers. For it's okay to say, I'm going to figure that out, I'm going to get some help. I'm not going to try and lead from a place of always having the knowledge and the answers, but more one of that like beginner's mindset, learning and growing together.
Beginner's mindset, love that. I've heard that a lot from founders the last while. Yeah, appreciate that. Give her a clap, guys. I'm going to ask the same question to a man who's filled multiple simultaneous leadership roles the last while. Rich, what do you say to that?
I think firstly, the one thing that I learned too late was hiring people that are better than me. I always wanted to be the grand CEO who knew everything and knew better than everybody in the staff, than my staff. And the minute I let go and gave people the capability to make mistakes and to learn and grow in the business, made a huge culture improvement in the business. Because you're actually, so what we did at iLearn is about 10 years ago, 12 years ago, in lieu of an HR manager, I hired a performance coach who meets with every one of my staff every month in a private coaching session across the business. And the benefit of that is that you get to actually filter out all the cuck that they have in both their home life before they bring it to the office. I was becoming the psychologist. That was actually the reason why I did it initially. But what it's done for our culture in the business is that it's actually empowered people with the personal awareness to use the business as a vehicle to realizing their own purpose. And when you connect, when you make that connection, the culture just bubbles. You know, it's actually not something that you necessarily have to actively work at. I think it's very important to have rituals in the business that encourage a culture of a certain way. So, for example, you know, we're trying to improve upon our operational team to have more of a high performance mindset. And we're in the education space. We're very touchy-feely and HR managers, and there's a lot of hugging. So when you want to drive high performance, can be tricky. So, and naturally in a sales team who's we demand meeting the numbers, and you can imagine a sales environment, you're either making it or you're not, because the numbers never lie. But in an operations team, it's not quite as cut and dry. So we're going through a process now where we're instilling the same mindset of high performance, which in the sales team is target driven, but the operations team is less so. So we're using the sales team to teach the operations team that mindset. So now you're getting buy-in from both sides of the organization. There's always been this tussle and tug of war between sales and operations. So yeah, that's just a few gold nuggets. I hope that helps.
That's perfect. Thank you so much. Who feels that they've got strategic rhythms down really well?
Do you really ever?
Work in progress.
I can share something.
Go for it, Arlene.
So, having gone through Jason Goldberg, who did not show up tonight, 10X program, he actually taught us that. I went through that program at the beginning when I started. But it's really important. So, earlier, I actually put up my hand to say we go to the office every day, but in our team, we let people work from home separate different days, and they go out to see clients, etc. And we did one thing that really changed everything. So we have a daily stand-up. And we've scheduled it for 30 minutes, but we've gotten so good now, if you're like 5 minutes late, you've missed the meeting. So every single morning, and I actually learned this in EO, I think a lot of us have that in common. So we start off every morning, 8:30, we dial in. Some are in the office, some are not, whatever. So we all connect, we get to see each other, we have that human connection. But we start off with, what is your feeling of the day? That I learned from EO. But that just gives you a sense, where's everyone's headspace? Some are tired, some are not, some are excited. So get that chance for them to share that. You immediately know how everyone's feeling, where you need to focus. And then top 3 priorities of the day. So initially I thought I'm going to do this because I'm going to help people to focus. What are they going to do today? But it's actually really nice. You get to see what everyone's doing. And so that's just something to share. Literally daily stand-ups. And it was hard in the beginning, but now people dial in from wherever in their car, whatever. And we got it down to 7 minutes. And we're 12 people, so 7 minutes. So then what we do also is on a monthly basis, we do a business update to actually share all the numbers, all the targets. We also have daily dashboards that's updated 5 times a day that everyone can see, but monthly business updates, and then quarterly strategy sessions with our board. So 3 simple things, but it's made a lot of difference.
Have coffee with Arlene if you can. Epic. Thank you very much. You can give her a clap. That's difficult to do. And as optimistic and inspiring as that is, I want to take us back down a little bit again, Karina, if you like. I want to hear just a bit about the dark side of scaling quite fast. You guys have been growing pretty fast the last while. Like, what's the dark side of it? Like, what does it take from an executive director to operate in that kind of environment? Like,
So I think
The first dark side is definitely not having enough sleep. It's also having a 3-year-old in that time was
Tell me
possibly
about
the
it.
worst decision that I could have made, but yeah, had to deal with it. But I think one of the things that was really difficult for us was scaling in a time where we could not have connection. We were so limited to even meeting each other in person. We had to onboard around 20 people and physically only saw them 6 to 8 months later in person. So it was really difficult to actually get them to understand us, understand our culture, to really connect to what it is that's important to us, and especially because we're client facing. We don't sell a product, we sell service, we sell client relations. That was really, really difficult to kind of even, we had really great candidates join, but they just did not understand our culture, who we were. So we also found ourselves being really frustrated with each other, a lot of our tones, and there was lots of misunderstanding and lack of communication or miscommunication. So often even the senior leadership team would fight with each other. So there were lots of high emotions during that time. And that was also linked to the cash flow. We're spending money that we were not making. It's not replenishing, but this is like this investment that we're making, and we're going to see it in 2 to 3 years. So to really get everyone on board to understand that are not finance individuals, was really, really a struggle. So my biggest or darkest time was people engagement in our business. The clients needed to have been serviced by people, but you can't get to the people who's not servicing clients. You need the revenue. So it was a direct sort of impact on us. And at the same time, also the work-life balance. When do you stop? It's your baby. You need to feed 40 of those people and their families. So you don't stop. You put the baby back down, and then you move to HR. And then at 2 a.m. you move to operations. And then at 5 a.m. you move to, finance. So it is a matter of a lot of juggling in a very, very short space of time. For that end goal. And now that you get to a portion of it, to actually be able to go on time off and have your entire team manage things that you don't even need to blink at, I think that's but the time in between.
I think the cash section of Bern's book starts with nothing ages a CEO and management team as much as running out of cash. Like, and some of the stories like kind of around that, the cash pressure and making ends meet, and then what filters through to the human relations and the communication and things with new people coming on board.
Absolutely, and I think the greatest learning out of that was now when the cash did come in, it's like no one is touching it. It is staying here, and we will wait until the next cycle comes through. So we're not just spending it.
Emma, what do you add to that?
I had a conversation in the break with Kay, who's an old client of mine, and we were talking about how you really can't have it all. You can't be the world's best mom and entrepreneur and be fit and healthy and travel. So I think for me, it's really around tough choices. I think...
someone crying.
Hope not. I think something I'm realizing at 37 is I have put my career first for too long. And if I want to have a family, I've got to look at that in the next couple of years. So I think it's just being really honest with myself around, I love what I do, I'm adding value, I'm so committed to it, but there's other things that I want to tick off in the next decade too.
Prioritization between a whole bunch of things where you can never score 10 out of 10 on everything. You can have it all, you just can't have it all at once. I love that. Guys, we're going to have to wrap up, even with one session left. There are some drinks to get to. A big part of the evening is also just meeting some of the people in the room and spending some time together. There are incredible people in this room, like the ones we have here on stage. Just before we wrap, I'd just love to hear what's next for you guys in the current venture or the next, or in your life, if you like. Rich?
Sure. So Ireland is an established business. I have an MD that runs it. I'm operationally not involved in the business.
Sorry, can we just clap for him? That's hard.
It really is the entrepreneur's dream, because this thing just runs without you. Not entirely, but the founder's flavor is still so important. So because I can't sit still, I started another business called My Mastery, which is an online masterclass platform. And geez, I forgot how hard startup is. But it's been a really fun project. And so I'm very busy with that. And I also have an alter ego. I'm a DJ on the side.
He's a great DJ.
I have seen it. It's epic.
Exactly, yes.
Emma.
So a lot of our products and processes at Dapper are very one-on-one and hands-on, which we love, but we also need to scale. So we are launching a DIY product called Brand Yourself, which will be a lot more accessible from a price point, but also just give us access to so many more people that we can elevate their brands.
Awesome. Nice.
So from Blend, we have just opened Blend UK. So we're going to sort of infiltrate the UK and Europe, and straight after that it will be the Middle East. So that's going to be quite exciting. So that's this year and next. And then personally, I'm going to start spending time with the little one and having a more work-life balance. I have missed the first 3 years, so when I do show up, hopefully she is receptive to it, but a little bit more. Exit. Recognizes me, but just very much on the, if I'm not healthy and happy and, really engaged in my personal life, it's never going to work, no matter how hard I try. So me first. Good luck. Then the world.
Thanks for that, sure.
So we changed our business quite a bit 6 months ago. We're focusing a lot more on big corporates, which is quite intimidating, actually. But so hopefully tomorrow we're signing our biggest client yet. And then on Monday, so I'm telling you guys first, we are launching a new product called Direwolf Black. So that's that's for high net worth individuals, but it's quite, for me, the B2C side is quite different. So I know how to get money from corporates, but the whole B2C play is very different. So it's also quite exciting. It's different strategies, go to market. So that's very exciting. Hopefully Mike here in the audience is doing a good job and you see it all on Monday. But that's what's next for us. So hopefully taking over the insurance space in South Africa. That's our goal. So that's it.
Guys, thank you so much. Your time is super, super valuable. We appreciate all of you being away from your families and your work and your email accounts for the night to come and share your experiences with us. It's hugely inspiring and so valuable to just hear from the real life founders that are redoing it. And most of you guys in the room could probably also earn a seat on this kind of panel. So excited to spend some time chatting tonight. After this, there will be drinks and chill. Michael, I don't know if you want to close us out, but just give my panel a huge applause again, please, guys. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, just to end the evening, can we please have all panel members and keynote speakers up on stage? I just want to give you all a slight gift, please. Lucille will help hand out. There you go, Aline.
Thanks so much.
Karina. There we go.
Thank you.
No problem. Anything else, Lucille? Yes. Thanks, Max. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks, Paul. Thank you. Thanks, Thanks, guys. Yeah, no, it's fine. No, I feel like I'm giving awards here. It's ridiculous. Yeah, no, thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, the mic for you. So, I just want to firstly, before everyone goes, can we have one big, massive round of applause for everyone who spoke this evening?